Are you looking to hem your jeans without losing the original factory finish? I'm going to show you a super easy way to shorten your jeans while still keeping the original hem, and no one will ever know you altered them yourself. If your jeans are too long but you still want them to look like they came straight from the shops, then this method is for you. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is try on your jeans and measure where you want them to end. Today I'm hemming a pair of slim fit jeans, which means they don't really reach the soles of my shoes. But if the hem on your jeans are wider, you may want to try them on with some shoes to measure correctly where you want the hem to finish. Once you've got that measurement right, then just stick a couple of pins through the back and then you can take the jeans off. Now you don't want to just sew this hem in place, because if you sew it exactly in this position and you flip it the right side out, then your hem is going to be too short. Grab a ruler and measure from where the hem finishes, so not the edge of the pants, but over here just where the hem finishes up until where you fold it. My measurement comes to 3 inches and 5/8, so I'm just going to move my slider all the way up to that mark. Now I'm going to half this, and it's not going to be an exact measurement. I'm rounding mine off to 1 inch and 7/8, and I'm going to take a piece of chalk and make a mark. I can now remove the pins that I originally placed and move my fabric all the way down so that this mark is now at the edge at the bottom. I'm grabbing my ruler again just to double check the measurement that I have is 1 inch and 7/8 right across. Now this is my measurement. You will probably have a completely different measurement, so use that one to measure right around. Once you have the correct measurement all the way around, place a few pins to hold that in place. And when you are pinning at the side seams, make sure you are aligning the seams for a professional finish. On your sewing machine, you are going to want to change out your normal presser foot to a zipper foot, because you want to get as close as you can over here to the edge of the original hem, and you won't be able to do that using a standard foot. Another thing you want to consider is the needle you are using. There are needles specifically for jeans, or you can use a universal size 90 needle, which is the one that I'm going to be using today. Now, due to the nature of the project we are working on, which is a leg, it is in a round tubular format and it does not fit on the machine. So what we can do is remove the little compartment at the front of the machine, and that will leave more space free so that we can slide our leg over the edge. Now it has made my life easier because I can simply align the edge of my zipper foot with the edge of the original hem, and that means that my needle can get as close as it can to that edge. Now lower your needle into position, put your presser foot down and start sewing. Now when you reach its side seam, there's definitely a difference in the thickness of fabric. So in order to help avoid skipped stitches and for your needle to glide properly over, grab a piece of paper and fold it up to roughly the same thickness as the thickness of the fabric that is going to be passing under your presser foot. Slide the piece of paper just underneath and that will level everything off, and like that you can continue sewing. And now our hem is done. There is quite a bit excess fabric in the area, and you can keep that excess fabric there if you want to play around with the length later on. But if you're completely sure that that is going to be the length for the rest of this pant's life, then we can chop a little bit off and secure the edges on the inside so they don't keep on flapping out. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm cutting the excess fabric off and I'm leaving roughly 1/2 inch behind. I've managed to cut off a 2.5 inch strip of fabric, so I'm going to keep this in my scrap pile for a future project. Now that I've cut off all of that fabric, I have a raw edge. So you can finish this raw edge off with your overlocker or a zigzag stitch on your sewing machine. Once you have done that, fold the edges in and give the area a good press with a hot iron. Now grab a needle and some thread, and we are going to hand stitch the side seams down so that it doesn't keep on flapping out when we are using them. I threaded the 2 ends of my thread through the eye of the needle, and that left me with a loop on the one side. So I have my 2 cut off edges here and I have the loop on this edge. I've stuck the needle through the edge of my fabric and I'm just going to put it right through the loop. Now I have my thread secured onto the edge of my fabric. Now I'm going to fold this area flat to join the rest of the seam and pick up a little bit of fabric from the seam just under the fabric there, and I'm going to push it right back through the edge of the fabric. And I'm just going to do this a few times. Don't worry about this part being super neat, because all you really want to do is just secure that edge from flapping in and out. So just a few stitches is enough and tie off your stitches. My jeans are now the perfect perfect length and the original hem is still intact. If you try this out, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. That's it from me today. Bye for now.